Right, as I've already explained in my TikTok, if you haven't watched that or come from that, I'm actually remaking a tier list from this TikTok because that tier list was so bad that I actually have to go and make my own one because it's so cooked. I'll actually get the original photo from here right now. Yeah, we'll have the original tier list up like this. Maybe we'll put it on the side or something. I'll put it on my other monitor for now and we'll bring it out when we need it. But God, it was terrible. Like Alchem is in sometimes useful. Because I want to compare my rankings to theirs and give why theirs is not good or not valid. Actually, one thing before we start, I've actually added niche to sometimes useful because these Gobblegums are sometimes useful or they have 1 or 2 uses. That's why I've added the word niche in here. So, you know, just to be a bit more specific with rankings. But yeah, let's go. Aftertaste, I'll say, is very useful. You know, for co-op games, when you go down, you have that protection for 3 rounds. But the only thing is that you need to get revived again. Alchem, godly. And the thing I don't understand is that Alchem was in sometimes useful for his tier list, which is, it's just blasphemy. Like, Alchem is the best Gobblegum in the game. Or one of the, anyway, because it is unlimited. It's 3 rounds, essentially. Like, I don't see how it could be only sometimes useful. Always done swiftly. Let's be honest, it's kind of useless, isn't it? When are you strafing zombies? Like, when are you ever ADSing and moving around? Also, I forgot to mention that I removed this thing because I don't know how you can make a tier list and not know what some of the Gobblegums do. Like, that is contradictory. I know what all of these do, so we're good in that regard. Cool. Anywhere but here, we'll put that very useful again. Main reason why I put it in very useful and not god tier is because it's outshadowed or overshadowed by in plain sight. We'll get to that later, but yeah, it's very useful and you need it for a EE step on Zetsubo, so it could be a niche, but no, just generally it's a very good Gobblegum. Monumental accomplishment, again, just quite useless, isn't it? It's just nobody really uses that. Like, who looks at that and goes, yeah, we use that one? No one does that. Arms Grace, we'll put that in niche because it's sometimes like this is the definition of that tier. Like, it's sometimes useful, very rarely it's useful, and it's quite niche. So yeah, it's in this thing. This is the perfect definition because, you know, it's not often you bleed out, let's be honest. And if you bleed out, it's quite easy to recover, depending on the round, obviously. Ooh, we got Arsenal Accelerator. We'll put that in useful. If you don't have any other good megas, then this is one I would go to. I would go to this one because charging your specialist on some maps is very, very, very good. You need that shit. On other maps, it's kind of useless because some maps you have the Annihilator or something like that, so it wouldn't be as useful, obviously. Bored to Death. Let's just throw both of these in here. Anything to do with barriers is just fucking stupid. Like, it's just useless. Bullet Boost we'll put in useful because it's very situation specific. It's not often you have a pack-a-punch gun and go, you know what, I can't really pack-a-punch my gun. Like, only on some of the Chronicles maps would this apply, and for that it's very good. But just general use, no, it's not really breaking into very useful or godly. So we have Burnout. We'll put that in useless because I was thinking about putting it in niche, but because you can't decide when it activates, you just have it and it just kind of goes off whenever you get hit. It's just not good. I don't see myself ever using this. That's why I have loads of them on both of my Black Ops 3 accounts. Yeah, just not useful at all, really. Cashback, that's in godly. It's to do with the ammo, and the thing that splits very useful and godly, in my opinion, is when it is useful. So let's say, we'll get to that later, but yeah, how far it will serve you in a game, if that makes sense. That's one of the main breaking factors. These two will serve you far, but they're not that good. But these are just amazing. These are great. Another one I want to touch on. This guy put Coagulant in useful. You know what Coagulant does? It makes you stay down on the floor slightly longer when you go down. Who needs that? Who needs that? When are you ever gonna need that Gobblegum? Oh, thank God for Coagulant. I stayed on the floor for 10 seconds extra. Wow, lifesaver. No. Crate power. we'll put in useful because since it's a purchase, it's not that useful because once you're past round 20, just isn't useful. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't need it because it's not that hard. By that round, you'll have 2 guns Pack-a-Punched. And again, it's in the same thing as useful as Bullet Boost because it's the same thing on Chronicles maps. Yes, you can bypass Pack-a-Punch and get Pack-a-Punch on maps you don't need. In that regard, it's very good, but generally, it's just not that good. Crawl Space, the fact you could use it for the Void Bow saves this Gobblegum. That's why I've added Niche, because it is an extremely niche Gobblegum. It is very, very niche. Like, it could be, the Void Bow is the only thing avoiding me putting it here. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it weren't for the Void Bow, this would be useless. But because of the Void Bow, it's there. Danger closest, we've got Niche. Again, very situation specific, but not so terrible that I would put it in useless. Get that off, there we go. But yeah, it's just generally not amazing, is it? It's sometimes I'd use it, but not often do I use the dual MR6s or explosive weapons, so you go there. Nukes, we'll say useful, because I'm tempted to put it in very useful because having a nuke on high rounds is very useful, but it does slow the game down sort of, so we'll put it in useful. It's nice, but it's not one of my go-tos, you know what I mean? It's overshadowed by much better Gobblegums. There we go, found my words eventually. What's this one? Disorderly Combat, I'm just trying to remember the name. We'll put it in Niche, sometimes useful. It's okay. Like, it's very fun to use. I'm gonna do this because colors. But it's sometimes useful because, you know, like, cycling through weapons every 60 seconds is kind of nice, you know, but I'd say before round 15, once you get past round 15 stage, you really don't want this to be active because you need your guns that you want. So, you know, it's good for some low round strats, but, you know, other than that, doesn't really do much. Ephemeral Enhancement, we'll put that in Niche as well. Having a Pack-a-Punch gun for 60 seconds is nice, but it's just like, why do you need that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you need a Pack-a-Punch gun for 60 seconds? I don't know. Extra cred we'll put in very useful because, oh my god, having a double points early on in the game and smacking this out is amazing. It's so good for setup. You can get everything so early. But my only problem is that, again, once past round 20 and points kind of become irrelevant, you already have everything Pack-a-Punched. Yeah, it's just not ideal, is it? You don't really need the extra points. Death Machine, because it is the Black Ops 3 Death Machine, this is godly. This Death Machine, especially with double tap, is insane. This shit will kill anything, any boss, any zombie, any special boss, any boss fight. You will always need this Gobblegum at some point if you have it on. However, I do think there are other Gobblegums that are greater to have than this, but this is a very strong choice for anything. Anything that you do, you need that Gobblegum. Oh, here it is, very useful. It's a very useful, but I would put it up one more tier because, you know, it's just so good. There's so many scenarios where you could use it and it will benefit you for the nearly rest of the game to the mid to the higher 60s. It will start falling off, but that's still a very decent round to have a Death Machine on. If you're going for 100 plus, then yeah, no, don't use it. Fear and Headlights, I'll say useful. Again, it's very situation specific. There's not a lot of scenarios where I would use it, to be honest. But yeah, no, there's not a lot of scenarios I would use this, to be honest. Like, it's very niche, but it's kind of useful. It kind of does something, so, you know, it's there. Like, Easter egg steps, this would be good, especially the Escort one on Gorodkrovi. Oof, this is crazy. Firing in all cylinders, put up Niche. But again, it's not really that useful. Like, okay, you can fire while sprinting. It's kind of okay for training, but if you have megas, then you will not need this. Okay, this one I cannot believe. Okay, this guy put Flavor Hexed in God tier. Flavor Hex. Okay, granted, this can give you some really good Gobblegums sometimes. Don't get it twisted, but God tier is crazy. You can't guarantee good Gobblegums. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you'll get Coagulant, sometimes you'll get Perkaholic. You don't know what you're gonna get from Flavor Hexed. Sometimes you get something that's painfully average. Sometimes you'll get something that's really good. Sometimes you get something that's really bad. So we'll put it in very useful. because it is quite a fun gobble. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna demote it to useful because you don't have the guarantee of the Gobblegum there. That's why it's in useful. We're gonna demote it down from there. But putting it God tier is absolutely insane. I cannot believe that when I saw that. Head trauma, we'll put it in niche. The one thing that's saving it from going in garbage or useless is the fact that when you use it on panzers, it's very, very good. When you have it on a panzer round, it is crazy. Crazy. It's so good. Outside of that, it's kind of useless. You don't need it. Just put your joystick up. It's not hard. Or just look up if you're on PC. Idolize, we'll put that very useful because it is a very nice Gobblegums to have. Your whole team is hidden for 30 seconds. Very nice. There's an invincibility stage where it's overshadowed by in plain sight. It would be better if your whole team just ran in plain sight, to be honest. Still a very good Gobblegum. I'm feeling lucky is in sometimes useful. I kind of agree with that, sort of. I'm gonna put it in useful because having a power up is always nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are on the mid 20s, let's say like 25, 30, and you get this, I wouldn't be too angry. Like, I'd be like, okay, let's see if I can get a max ammo. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's not horrible. It's not bad enough to go in niche or useless, but it's not good enough to go into very useful or godly. Immolation. This is my one issue. Bro put Immolation in God tier. I don't get this because Immolation, yes, very nice for being set up. Very nice for setting up. Very, very nice for setting up. It again, if you go past round 25, you already have all your weapons. You have your wonder weapons, you have your pap, you have your double pap, you have everything. You don't need a fire sale on round 30 because by that point, it's very likely you'll have everything set up by then. So you don't need it. So it will service you for the first 15 to 20 rounds, but past that point, it is useless. What this one is. Oh, okay, actually I remember. This is the one where you spawn in slightly before the round starts. Why would you want that? Yeah, again, it's just, I feel like it's just made for people that are not good at the video game. It's not a good Gobblegum. I don't know why you'd want to spawn towards the end of a round instead of the beginning of the next round. But sure, yeah, no, useless. Never unironically use that. In plain sight. This is the reason why this is God tier and Idolize is not. Is because of the seconds of invincibility you get when you activate it. Even though it is kind of janky and sometimes doesn't work, but on console it works perfectly. Maybe that's due to worse performance. I don't know. But yeah, no, in plain sight is absolutely crazy. You can save yourself from, when I mean this, I literally mean this, literally anything. So when you press the button, you will be invincible. Absolutely nothing can kill you. Absolutely nothing. Like, when I mean everything, I mean everything. Like firework launch, panzers, insta kill barriers, falling off the map, anything that you think you will certainly die, this Gobblegum will save you. That's why it's in godly. It can save you from absolutely any scenario. Yeah, in useful that is insane. I can't believe he put that in useful. That is crazy. Killing time, we'll put it niche. Again, very situation specific. Not really needed, to be completely honest. It doesn't really do much. But it's okay. It's not amazing, but you know, it's kind of fun. I know people are doing the English or Spanish challenge for that, which is kind of funny. We've got Killjoy next. You get 2 insta kills, which is kind of insane. So I'm thinking very useful because it will service you in the rest of the game as well. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put it in very useful because not because it's a bad Gobble. I think it's an amazing Gobblegum. Don't get me wrong. I think Killjoy is very, very good. However, it's this environment of Black Ops 3 that's preventing me from putting it in godly. Let me explain. So your high round loadout is probably consisting of a wonder weapon and a AAT secondary. So like dead wire or fireworks or whatever it is, right? Insta-kill doesn't really affect those that greatly. For example, if you have the Wonder Waff and dead wire, you won't be needing insta-kill because it won't do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It won't activate It won't make the AAT more effective or the Wonder Waff more effective. You can spray your bullets, but to be honest, when you get high enough, it would be more useful using your bullets in the AAT rather than just spraying. So that's what's preventing me putting it from Godly. Otherwise, on BO2 or BO1, if this was there, this would be Godly, without a shout. But, you know, licensed contractor, like I said, anything to do with barriers, garbage. There was like one strat back in 2018 where you could get more points with it and get like pack a punch open like round 1 or whatever, but I guarantee there's other Gobblegums that can get you far more points. So yeah, lucky crit will put niche again. If you don't have many megas, then yeah, you can use it. It's sometimes useful. I've seen people go to high rounds with it, so like I said, niche, but there are just better Gobblegums in the game, unfortunately, and that's kind of the purpose of classics, so you know, it makes sense. Mind blown. If you need reasoning for why this is useless, that says enough about you, because this is garbage. Exploding the heads of zombies around you. Really? Really? Near-death experience. This is God tier. The main reason why this is God tier, I would put this very useful if it was just a co-op version. Okay, because in co-op, it's okay. It's not that good, but it's all right. But in solo, my God, this thing is broken. It is absolutely broken. You go down with quick revive, right? It picks you back up, but it gives you all your perks, right? It gives you quick revive again. So that literally means invincibility. You cannot die. You cannot die if you have this Gobblegum unless you like fall off the map or something. But even then, I wouldn't be surprised if you survived. You can't die. So take this in a boss fight on solo, you win. You win. That's just it, you win, right? You will keep going down and going back up until you win the boss fight. That's why it's in Godly. Now you see me. I'm gonna put it in useless. Honestly, it's so bad. You attract, like, you can help out a friend. Again, there's just other things that would help you do that in a bit more efficient manner, rather than just making the zombies go to you for 10 seconds as well. That's like no time at all. On the house, we have very useful, actually. I'll say very useful because it's very nice, but to be honest, you don't really need more than 4 perks on most maps because of AATs, and you know, once you get like your jug, your widow's wine, your quick revive, your speed cola or double tap, depending on the map, you don't really need another perk. Like if once you exceed 4, maybe 5, you're starting to get into the more, okay, do you really need it like section? But you know, it's a very nice Gobblegum, but it's just not God tier. Perkaholic, I don't need to explain, gives you every perk, God tier, no debate. Phoenix up, I'm gonna put in very useful. The only thing that's pushing me back from saying Godly is the fact that it is useless in solo. That is the only reason why I'm putting it in very useful and not Godly. If you could use this in solo, Phoenix Up would be one of the best gums in the game, because you can choose when to activate it, unlike near-death experience. Like if you could push up, if you could go down and push up on your D-pad and get revived on solo, this would be game breaking, because you can, like I said, you have one, but you can use it whenever you want. But yeah, that's the reason why it's not in Godly, because it does not help in solo scenarios. This pop cocks. Oh, what the fuck? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Pop cocks will have in niche because it can kill a Margware and a Panzer instantly. The only risk you're running is you have to go melee the boss, which 9 out of 10 times is suicide. But you know, for that, it's very nice. But on the zombies, it's pretty fucking useless if you ask me. Power Vacuum. This is one which I do not believe on this list, right? Useful. Useful. It is in useful, bro. This is debatably one of the, if not the best gum in the game. This fucking gum is absolutely crazy. And it increases the amount of power-ups you get, not by a small margin. If you've seen any gameplay of anyone using Power Vacuum, this fucking gum is crazy. Your power-ups go from 4 around to like 50 around. It is like you'll get just constant nukes, max ammo's, death machine. If you die with power vacuum, you are pretty dog shit as zombies. I'll say that much. You are pretty fucking awful if you die with this on. Profit sharing, we'll put it in useful. It's more of a niche Gobblegum. Like, it will help you on the early rounds, but other than that, it's not really that useful. And the fact you have to stay, you know, in vicinity with each other, it's kind of arse, but you know, most games it's not really a problem. But it's kind of useful. Not useful enough to break into very useful. Raindrops. This is God tier because you have on the house, you have death machine, max ammo, bonus points, nuke, immolation, insta kill. You have everything, every power up in one, and you get 2 activations. If there was 1 activation, I'd put it in very useful, but there's 2 activations, so you get 2 perks, 2 of everything. It's kind of crazy if me, and like these other gums, these will service you on any round. Like, it doesn't matter what round it is, except maybe Fatal Contraption, but it will serve you a purpose. So that's why it's in God tier. Respin cycle, just spin the box again. Just not hard though, is it? I don't get what's so difficult, why you need a Gobblegum for that, a mega one at that. Round robin, godly. So nice to skip around. If you're speedrunning, I know it's banned from speedrunning, but if you just don't feel like dealing with an extra round, you could just slap that bitch on, skip the round, boom. It's just so nice. It's such a nice Gobblegum. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Oh my good God, I found it. On this tier list, he put it in sometimes useful. Oh my God. Like, I don't think you understand how much time you save. Let's say you're on 50 and you want to get to 55. I don't think you understand how much time you're saving if you go from 50, skip 51, and then do 52, or go to 51, 52, skip 53, 54, 55. Like, I don't think you see the value in that. That will save you minutes, so many minutes. It will save you 20, 30 minutes in total, because it's just crazy. Like, that Gobblegum is insane. Shopping hidden one, this one, I forgot the name of it, but I know what it does. Garbage. Secret shopper, that's what it's called. Garbage, because one, it's an ultra rare mega. These are some of the hardest Gobblegums to pull in the game, right? And the fact that the main thing that everyone wants with this, you can buy ammo from any war weapon, right? It doesn't work with wonder weapons. So the main reason that everyone wants to use it, it doesn't even have. And for that reason, it's garbage. Self-medication, I'm gonna put there in very useful. For 2 reasons. It's overshadowed by near death. That's one of the reasons why it's not in godly, because near death just outdoes it in every way, shape and form, except maybe in co-op. Secondly, when you go down with this, you have a pack-a-punch ray gun. And if you've been past round 30 or 40, you know that the ray gun past those rounds is not very good. So you do get to get back up 6 times, which is a crazy amount of times. It's not guaranteed that you'll get a kill with a ray gun, because the zombies are running around, they're running away, they're running towards, they're running everywhere. Like, you can't really focus on one zombies, they won't sit still for you. So for that, it's kind of arse. Unless you have like a melee that can insta-kill, but that's very unlikely. But yeah, no, it's just completely overshadowed by near death. Not good enough to go in godly. Shopping free will have very useful. Having everything free for 60 seconds is huge for early game. Absolutely huge. You can even use it in the 20s or something, because, you know, you can get free pack-a-punch, free re-rolls, free everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very nice. But like I said, once you have the whole map open, your gun's pack-a-punched, your wonder weapon pack-a-punched, it's just not useful. But when you pull it on the higher rounds, it's just not useful though, is it? Yeah, it just doesn't serve any purpose past round 30. But, you know, before then, very nice. Slaughter slide. I'm gonna put it in useless because, let's be honest, you'll probably end up accidentally using it. Because you slide a lot in Black Ops 3. Like, a lot. Black Ops 3, you will slide jump a lot. And by instinct, you will just throw this away. And the grenades you get are not very good. So, you know, it's just kind of garbage. And it's a mega, so you have to pull it from the Dr. Montrese factory. It's first insight into PhD in the game, which was very excited. And then they blue balled us, as Treyarch does. Soda fountain, This is basically Perkaholic with a mask on because it is crazy. It's just crazy. Like, it is basically a paid Perkaholic. But yeah, no, this is basically Perkaholic, but you just have to pay for the perks, which is not hard. But yeah, kind of crazy. Stock option, it's a niche one, so we'll put it in niche. These are in no particular order. Like, it's not going left to right. These are just their own categories. Like this is not better than that, if that makes sense. Like, we're not doing that. I'm just putting them in colors because they're very nice looking. Like, I'll do this. Hold on, I know that's the way you're supposed to do it, is like you're supposed to rank them like this, but no, we're not doing that today. Stock option is niche. It's not very good. It's kind of helpful because you don't have to reload, but you have to consider ammo, which is not nice. Sword flay. It is useful. And he's put sword flay and don't know. Bro does not know about sword flay. Sword flay for the first 10 rounds is insane. When you don't have megas and you can keep knifing, when you don't have any of these good Gobblegums, this is crazy. Like, you combine it with the bow knife, you can combine it with widow's wine, and it's just insane. Sword flay is really nice if you don't have anything, but it's just not that useful to where it would break into these, because obviously it's useless past like round 10. So you know what, we're gonna relegate it to niche because it's useful, but it's not that useful. You know what I'm saying? I think niche is a fair ranking for it because it kind of does deserve to get relegated. I think I rated it a bit too highly there. I'm just assorting the colors. They look very nice. This one, I know what it does. Like, you use the power up, stay for longer. Just niche again. The fact it's a mega doesn't really help its case at all. This is not really, you get like an insta kill for like an extra 10 seconds. Okay, cool, I guess. Thanks. Not very useful, is it? I don't know what to say. Unbearable garbage. Oh no, the box moved. So just go to it then. We have Undead Man Walking, which is niche. Meh, it's okay. It was good for some Easter egg steps. Very niche, very situation specific. But when you can use it, it's very nice. I'll say that much. Other than that, it's just not that good. Unquenchable, very useful. I like using these for casual games because they're not as broken as Perkaholic or Soda Fountain, but it lets you select a 5th perk, so it's very, very nice. And it has that advantage over on the house because you can actually choose the perk, which is so nice. And because crate power is unuseful, we'll put wall power in the same regard. You don't really need it because, you know, pack-a punching really, pack-a punching really is not that hard. It doesn't cost that much on later rounds, so, you know, just pack a punch. It's not that hard unless your map does not have a pack a punch machine. Then yeah, double points, or who's keeping score as they call it. The last but not least, we'll put that in useful because it's very nice for the early game having 2 double points on command, but again, it just does not service you for that long, so that's why it's in useful. And that is my complete tier list. This is, if you think anything else, you are simply wrong. Okay, I'm gonna sort these in colors because I like the pretty colors. Yeah, there we go. That looks very nice. Again, these are not in any particular order. Like, anywhere but here is not better than Shopping Free and vice versa. And this might be better than all those, but you know, that's not what I was saying. Yeah, no, these are not better than that. That's not, these are just thrown into the list, you know, not in any particular order. But yeah, that's gonna do it. This tier list is a disgrace. Still, obviously, this is horrendous. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever set my eyes on. But yeah, that's this tier list. We'll make it slightly bigger so you can see it. That's his tier list, and that's my one. I think I know which one's better. I don't really need to explain. I don't really need anyone else's opinion because this is terrible, and this is the only right tier list in my opinion. So yeah, thank you for watching. I had to correct that because that tier list was awful. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.